I am a senior business control specialist. I work in CFO, internal control function, and we work with monitoring and controlling of our CFO vendors. My good friend Patty was actually working at the My Work Center here in Hearst, and she didn't know anybody up there, so I said, well, I'll come work down there with you so you can have some company. And we had gone to lunch at Salsaritas, and we were on our way back from lunch, and I had a 1 o'clock meeting, so I believe it must have been around 12:45. And then the next thing I know, I woke up in the hospital.
Well, on that day, I was in, on College Street, and I got a message from one of the clients. There's a lady upstairs who possibly fell, and I thought it was one of those slip and fall type of situations. When I went up there and I saw the situation, it looked more than a slip and fall. And when I heard one of the ladies who was helping her as well, that she's unconscious, she's not breathing, I just immediately started the CPR. And as I was telling you the story, then the AD came, and I was a little hesitant on that because someone had said that she might be pregnant. I told her that, so I said I wasn't sure. Just keep going to questions, and I just kept going until EMTs arrived on the scene, as well as coordinated with my
You don't have all the information.
Right.
Initially, it came over as a slip and fall, and you have a lot of people walking around. They see somebody on the floor, they're assuming it's a slip and fall. The first responder, which is Mr. Buskey, his thing is to assess the situation. What do I got, and where do I go from there? That quick professional experience, from having prior law enforcement, allowed him the opportunity to take immediate action without delay. So I saw that he had everything under control at the time, and my thing was, let me get them, and I put the rush on what we call the bus. The bus is what we call the ambulance. But, I put a rush on it to make sure they get here, because a condition go from bad to worse, and I want them here like right now, And, thankfully they got here. They started, I guess, administering some shots to her, and kind of, gathered her and got her to the ambulance as fast.
I didn't wake up for a few days. I was put into a coma where they put you in a deep freeze.
Right, they use the cooling.
Yeah, the cooling, yeah. So I think I started coming out of that maybe it happened on Tuesday, maybe on Thursday. I have an ICD.
Later.
Yeah. They ran lots of tests, couldn't determine really any one thing. It was something electrical. So they installed a ICD in case it would happen again. Yes. The battery lasts 12 years, so I have appointments where I go have the ICD monitored, and they check the lifetime of the battery, and so hopefully I don't have to have it replaced for another 12 years. All my life I've had mitral valve prolapse. I've always had irregular heartbeats and shortness of breath. But I never felt like I was bad enough that I needed to go see a cardiologist about it. You never know when something can happen to you. Not that you can prepare for this, but I think the biggest takeaway is to really stay healthy, stay focused on exercise and nutrition, which I did. I think most of my friends, if you talk to them, would say that I'm one of the healthiest people they know. So it even goes beyond that. It's just really being aware. Every building you're in, everywhere you're at, being aware, is there an AED around? But just really being conscious of your overall health and listening to anything whether it's a skipped heartbeat or just just any little thing your body might be telling you. There was no family history. However, as Kelly knows, I've been working with Kelly and Diana Cook since 2002 when I started at the bank. In the Heart Walk, and then just every year gradually have done more and more. And what was interesting was last year, I think I did more events than I've ever done with the American Heart Association, so it was kind of coincidental. But just very grateful to all the people who were there and who helped me.
Basically, see her come back so quickly. So I was like, really, she's coming back? Okay. So when she came up to me and she says, "You, Mark?" And I was like, "Yes." And whammo.
He was funny. He couldn't stop, hugging me. It was very sweet.
Yeah, so just so happy to see her.
Yeah.
She was back with us and everything, and her family. So, God has a plan.
Mark's a great guy. Just from talking to him and learning about him and his family, he has a great heart, and he's just a great stand-up guy, and I.
Appreciate it.
It was very emotional the first time we met, and we definitely have a bond now for life.